Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I know I've been talking a lot about how hang on, there's something wrong here. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong here. Okay, we need to address that. But what I was going to say is I've been talking a lot about how the shuffling around that happens very frequently with army group orders causes these sorts of breakthroughs. But I have to say, as long as you can pinch them off, it's not actually a bad thing. It ends up encircling and stack wiping a lot of units. Now, I've ordered a movement out over here. This is currently undefended, right up over here. And we could do the same thing right here. And the idea here is we'd like to drive down like this and link up here, pinching them off undefended. But you'll notice currently this army group is extended very, very, very wide. So we need to grab this army group. We need to adjust this front line because this front line needs to go to about here. So that's much better for this army group. Okay, so there we go. That'll be fine. That's going to move some forces around. Absolutely. The real question here, and I don't necessarily want this unit to move, the real question here is, after we arrive here, and we come out over this way, can we make our way all the way down here? And if we do that, can we hold that kind of pinch maneuver? Now they have 9 troops right here. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, for sure. Up over this direction, we're still working on clearing up this tiny little pocket. It's mostly cleared at this point. And out over this direction, we're going to be attacking Washington, D.C. eventually, but we've kind of bypassed it and are working on knocking Canada out at this rate. We're definitely moving towards Ottawa, but we'll see how that ends up going. Oh, this is a problem too. Okay, we need to come out over this direction and get this spread to here, like that. Okay, now I think I issued this order off camera after last episode ended. This is just to get this all taken care of out over here and get that quasi pocket cleaned up. I assume we're moving in here. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Down in South America, things are pretty static. I'm not too concerned about South America right now. We'll get there. Out over in this area, things are definitely slightly better for us. This is a level 4 naval base. This is a level 6 naval base at this point. And yeah, this is a bit of an issue. To be honest, we might want to consider moving some naval forces out over here because they're doing a lot of raiding out over here. So if we patrolled out over here with like all of these forces, I'm going to tell all of these forces to patrol out here. We'll just get that going. So we know they have a lot of Navy here. They've been doing a lot of supply raiding, and I'd like to get that dealt with. So we can get that underway, and then the question really boils down to this pocket. But before we get to that and unpause the game, I would like to address the African theater here. There's definitely some problems here, and I also want to address our recruitment. We've got 73 divisions here. This is probably more than we need. So I'm going to cut our recruitment at this point. So I want to check, are these all the same in terms of their training? Yes. Okay. I'm going to move this down to training 4 units of armor. Okay, this is mildly awkward. But 4 units of armor. And I'm going to do, I think, 6 units of infantry. So we're going to come up to the top here, and we'll just bring this right on down to 6 units. And that's going to save us some amount of manpower, but manpower is still going to be a bit of a concern. So that's understood. Okay, so with that in mind, we've got all of these guys that we need to assign out, right? So we've got some tank brigades here. So we can move this one here, and what do we have here right now? We've got 3 units of infantry. Noted. So, we're going to need some tank units, and I'm going to select half and half again, and then how many tank units is this? This is 6? Okay, that's 6 tank units. I'm going to make this into a new army, and that's going to go into the African theater. That's going to go onto this front right here. Okay, so now we need to get some of these guys moved into our overflows, or rather moved into our armies as needed. So where are the tanks at in this? That's these guys. There's 18 of them. Okay, so Up over in the European theater, things are awkward because we've got this unit right here, right? And they're just kind of sitting there waiting for the time being, and I kind of just want to leave them there. They're here where they have a small amount of supply flow, and I'm just going to leave them there for now. That means that these armies should not be reinforced. This one, however, should be. There's a Marine unit in here? Okay. That's odd. This unit should be reinforced, and we need a total of 9 there. So if we select half of these units, we can put them right there. Okay, now then, this is infantry. So we can select some of our infantry units. I'm going to select half again, and then I'm going to deselect these. That gives us 12 units of pure infantry. So at this point, we need 4. So let's just do that, and then we'll put them right there. So this is 1 unit of infantry here. Let's just grab this unit. There we go, and get that moved right on in. So that's the European theater reinforced-ish. I mean, we've got this going on, but there's not really a lot to do with that right now until these guys break out, and I think that's a ways in the future. So, in the American theater, we do actually need a couple of units here. I'm going to do 2 units of tank. Okay, this is going to be awkward. Okay, I'm just going to select this unit of tank. I'm going to do 2 units of tank here, and an additional unit of tank here. There we go. And then this is going to be a unit of infantry. So let's grab this guy. He's going to go right there. Now, in the African theater, there's quite a lot that we need. So let's grab what tanks remain. There's 7 of them. They're going to go here. Okay, and then we've got 42 units of infantry. So I'm just kind of going to fill out the African theater with this, I think. So we need 12 for this first army. That's 11. And we'll put that in there. And then we just need 1 unit. Perfect. Oh, this can actually go up to 30. So we need 6. There we go. So that's up to 30. We need 1 additional infantry unit here. And then we need 5 here. And then I'm going to fill out these to 25. So they're not going to be, you know, necessarily ideal, but it's fine. So this is going to need to be 5 divisions. There we go. And then this is going to be 13, but we actually need 11. There we go. Mental math is hard. The rest of these 2 divisions, I'm going to put into our overflow theater, which is kind of holding the line over here. So that seems fine for now. That should also help us out over here if we're not taking huge supply losses. So there we go. There's some forces redistributed. That looks good. What is going on over here? They're trying to attack out? That's wild. A dangerous naval combat, actually. Yeah, there's naval combat. Okay, noted. That seems fine for now. We're going to head out over here and hope that we can actually get some defense of our convoys. That'd be nice. We've actually managed to get a decent amount of naval supremacy out over here. And another thing we might want to consider doing is naval bombing here in the Arabian Sea. I am not sure where our planes are. Apparently we have 204 of them over here. Let's move them over to here. And how long is that going to take them to get here? Or actually, that's 2K. Yeah, let's move all of these over. And all of these over as well. These guys are going to position about here. Okay. There we go. So I want these guys to be out over here. And they're going to be doing naval bombing. Not strategic bombing. They're going to be doing naval strike. There we go. So now we're going to start taking down some of their convoys. But more importantly, we're going to hopefully be losing fewer convoys out over here. We've got... That's 23 convoys lost. Oof. Yeah, we definitely need to deal with this. So this is looking a lot better out over here in the Arabian Sea. That's for sure. And then out over this direction, yeah, there's a lot of results out over here. That's understood. Okay, so that's all fine for right now. That should help us get supplies over here much more easily. And that should overall be very good. Okay, now, as we were talking about over here, This might be viable to link this. They're trying to move here. But we managed to push them out of there. Okay. I'm going to start this unit of tank moving here, this unit of tank moving here, and this unit of tank, which is quite extended right now, moving here. And then I'm going to grab... Well, actually, I'm going to wait on that. Okay, yeah, we're struggling with this corridor right now. We need to get these guys here. And when are you going to arrive? Now. Okay. We need to get a good opportunity here. They're shuffling a lot of troops through this gap. Opportunity is now. There we go. We got it. Okay, so with that in mind, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these units, and I'm going to offensive line right in here. Now, I think they have maybe some victory points in here. No? Maybe not. Maybe they have 0 supply flow here. Okay, well, let's get in here. And we're redeploying a lot of troops here right now. They're going to try to break out of this, of course. I don't like what our troops are doing here. Stay here, please. Stay here. No. Get back here. And actually, go take Astrakhan. That's undefended right now. Stay here. At least until reinforcements arrive. Holding this corridor is vitally important. Stay here. Okay, so we're launching attacks up over this direction, and we would love it if we would be, you know, actually attacking them. But for the moment, there's not a huge amount of that going on. Now, we can look at the supply out over here, and yes, we can definitely motorize these hubs, and that will help matters tremendously for us in terms of supply. So that looks good. And it looks like we're not going to get Astrakhan at this moment. Okay, just park here. Okay, reinforcements are coming in down this corridor now, and I think these guys are the ones that are supposed to be here. So that looks good. We just have to hold this corridor. There we go. So that looks good, and we'll just continue to attack in over this way. Why are these guys not attacking? Unit organization is too low to advance. Okay. So there might be some supply issues out over here, but to be honest, this looks fairly well supplied at this point. So we've got a giant pocket over here, and is this something that we pushed, or did we get pushed here? I think we pushed this, did we not? And we're about to pocket these guys. We're very close to pocketing them anyway. They would like to prevent this, of course. And we'll see how well they go about doing that. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that situation. I really want to get these in here. There we go. That unit is stack wiped. So these guys are now freed up, and that's huge. So we'll allow them to get that cleaned up, and then out over this direction, we're still holding this pocket. I want to check over on the North American front. Okay. Noted. This is looking substantially better for us out over here. I want you to just hop in here and get this front cleaned up. I think, yeah, you're not going there. Just head on in. That looks good. Okay, so for now, that is fine. We're doing very well out over here, but we don't have many forces over on this side. I kind of want to reorient some of these forces down here instead of here. But I think for now, this is reasonably fine. Okay, out over this direction. These guys are still stuck. Not too much we can do about that. Out over this way. There's a possibility that we could attack in here, but I'm going to have these guys assist this attack. And we'll just see about continuing to push back over this way. That seems good. So up over here, this is a very bad pocket for them, right? Like, this is a very, very bad pocket for them. We're going to start pushing them, and this is going to get incredibly, incredibly bad for them. And they just left that corridor open for us. I think they were running afoul of the same issues that we have been. Now, this up over here is a potential other pocket. They're definitely pushing out over this way. But look at this. This is open right here. They just don't have enough troops here to be able to do what they're trying to do. Their front line is too wide. And we've run into that issue for sure ourselves. But we're just going to pocket this out, and they can't stop it. They don't have the troops. So this is now pocketed, and everybody assigned to this should just get in here and start exhausting them. There we go. So that's all pocketed out. This is pocketed here. And we're definitely pushing in. This really feels like we reached a turning point in this war. I think that we have the upper hand at this moment, is my assessment. The main issue is that we're running out of manpower, but they're running out of time. We traded a lot of land for time, but we have a lot of land left. And down over here, you can see we've been doing a lot of work. We're getting a lot of naval gains down this way. Like, this is insane. Okay, so that's wonderful. And that does mean that we should be able to continue to push over this way as well. So we've got forces in various positions out over here. Supplies are still a little tight out here, but that's understood. I'm not too concerned about this front right now as long as it's holding, which it is. And this up over here is going extremely well for us. I want to get these guys... Okay, we are all attacking over here pretty much. Keep doing that. And just keep working on this pocket. This is a huge pocket, and that's a very big deal. We have another pocket right out over here. And let's get these guys in here and in here so that these don't have anywhere to retreat to. They just kicked us back over here and unpocketed this, but we're going to repocket it here in a moment. So we need to attack this guy and have this unit head here. Because they're currently trying to make their way here. They made their way there. Okay. We may be able to kick them out of there. We'll see. I'm not too concerned about it, though. Okay, this is a little messed up over here again. Get on in here, and you guys get in here, too. Okay. So we're going to continue to work on those pockets. That looks absolutely excellent. Out over this way, they've got guys in very, very dire situations here. That's for sure. This is really not going well for them at this point. But our manpower situation is dire. Now, keep in mind, we can still go off of extensive conscription and go up to service by requirement. And I'm tempted to do it. We're going to start having some bad malices if we do this. But this would give us more manpower by a wide margin. Or we could just continue trying to spend it on war support, but to be honest, our war support isn't getting worse. Like, we're already at 0%. And we're not really able to keep up with that. So that's noted. It's an option. I think we're going to hold off on going to service by requirement for now, but it's getting close. So this unit is getting stack wiped. It is now gone. These guys down over here, they have managed to unpocket themselves, although we may be able to attack here. We'll see. Okay, they're widening this for right now. That's okay. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about that. Now, these guys are part of this attack front up over here, and we're making good gains there, but down over this direction, we still need to continue to work our way in, right? And that's understood. For now, I'm okay with this. Although I do want to check the supply situation out over here. Okay, we could definitely use some extra motorization out over here, and this hub is not actually connected. None of these are. So we should definitely make sure that this is connected by rail here. And I'm going to upgrade this and bring it in out over here. Kind of like that. Okay, so that'll give us much better supplies out over this way. This is all level 5 rail, right? Out over here. This is level 4. Let's get this upgraded down this direction, and then up here is all good. Okay, so these supply hubs are going to have supply flow very shortly there. Now, we've got these guys redirecting down over here, and that will boost our power levels there. So that looks good. And I want to have these guys continue to come in. Now, Chile has declared war on Chile, and that's shocking to absolutely no one. So we're looking to push these guys back so that they don't have any retreat location. As far as this goes, this is stack wipe. So let's move this guy in. And we're continuing to attack over here. I'm wondering about supplies. Noted. Supplies are thin out over here. Taking Ostrakhan would be a very big deal. But for the moment, supplies are thinner for them. They have no supply flow here. So we're just going to continue to work on that. The game is frozen right now. Because Chile is calling in all of their friends. Okay, that's fine. Let's get everybody in here and see if we can get these stack wiped. They are out of supplies here, so there's very little that they can do. They're beginning to wipe. I saw one unit stack wipe there, so that's great. Now, I want to check in out on the American front at this point. We are nearly to Ottawa. That's a huge deal. If we can get Canada to capitulate, that'll free up a lot of our forces. Like, a lot of our forces. Now, out over here, supplies are dire. Let's go ahead and motorize it. That'll make things a lot better. And then down here, I'm going to motorize supplies here, and supplies here, and supplies here. Okay. The war in Chile is over. No one is shocked about this. Oh, we took Baltimore. We should get these guys in here then. This is pocketed. So we're going to see about stack wiping them. And then this is likely going to be a lot more people pressuring Washington, which is very good for us. Yeah, there we go. That's now stack wiped. And we've now got a bunch more forces heading down this direction. So that's great. Now, we're still working on attacking Ottawa. I would like to... Okay, we're redeploying. Sure. That's going to take a little time. Seems okay. Out over on this front, let's see how we're doing on the Mega Pocket. I want to definitely get the Mega Pocket more solidified. Oh, they have a victory point here. We can head in and grab that. I don't know if we're going to beat their infantry there or not. We'll find out. We did. Okay. Get in here. They're stack wiped. Perfect. So there's their victory point here gone. I didn't realize they had one. I thought they didn't. But that, of course, means that there's very little for them to do now. So I'm going to move in this direction. And we're just going to continue to pressure these remaining units that are in this pocket. Now, out over here, there's a pocket, and we're going to get in here. Get those stack wiped. There's a pocket here as well. We're getting some very good pockets. I love it. Get in here, stack wipe them. Perfect. Out over this direction. This is a pocket. For now. Maybe not forever, because they attacked right up over here. But we stack wiped this unit. That's great. Get in here. This is a pocket as well. So we'll see about getting those eliminated as quickly as possible. They are definitely having some difficulties here. Let's just drive through this. About like that, about like that, and then about like... other one. About like that. Okay. That'll free up all of these forces. That'll be great. So that looks good. We definitely, I think, have the upper hand at this time. So we're continuing to press in over this direction. We're still struggling with Muscat, by the way. They're really, really dug in over here. We're having the same issue with Yemen, but for now, this is fine. I'm okay with this situation. I'm not too concerned about that. This out over here is fantastic. We're very glad about this, of course. And I'd really like to just tell these guys, you know what? Just get in here. Same with you guys. Just get in here. Everybody up here. Come on in. Join the party. I just want to get this pocket cleaned. So that will happen very, very shortly here. That looks great. Now, I think we've pushed in on this side towards Rostov. Yes, we definitely have. We've got them back on the run at this point. Well, not really on the run. They're not really in full collapse. They're in kind of an ordered retreat at this point. But things are definitely going well for us here. So that is fine. I was looking forward to losing this war, but I guess I'll take a victory. They clearly ran out of some sort of a vital material. Maybe they ran out of weapons or manpower, or they just overextended themselves. Something like that. So we're very close to Ottawa at this point. Washington has fallen. So there's that. That means that the US hasn't capitulated, but that also means that we're down to one front out over here. And Canada is likely very, very close to falling here. So we'll just continue to push in, and that looks magnificent. But also falling is our manpower number. And that is something that we do need to be concerned about. So we'll continue to come on in over here. These guys will come on in over here. And we'll get these units wiped out. Perfect. So this big pocket is basically obliterated at this point. That's fantastic. That's a lot of troops that we've managed to eliminate, to be clear. That's a lot of troops that just were eliminated there. Excellent. So, I'm checking for additional pockets up over here. Yep, here's one. Get in here. Just eliminate them. Okay, or instantly give up on the attack. That works too. Or we could just obliterate them. There we go. So they're gone. Perfect. And we're just going to push down, get this front eliminated fairly soon here. This front is eliminated, and we're just starting to push down Sweden at this point. So, yeah, we're pushing in Eastern Europe here and in Scandinavia. We're actually making some gains in Arabia. Some gains. It's slower over here, for sure. This is static at this moment, although, yeah, we are attacking there. But that is static, and we're making big gains in North America. We actually might be about to see Ottawa fall here in moments. It is about time to put a cut in here, but I'm just waiting to see if we attack Ottawa, how that's looking. They have a motorized unit moving out of Ottawa right now. We are attacking Ottawa, but we're not winning the attack at this moment. I'm not ordering any additional attacks here. I don't really want to commit to this super, super hard at this moment. They have a railway gun here. Just go grab that. And we're looking to pocket this area right out over here. That would be huge. Absolutely get in there. Commit to this. Okay, we don't need all of these forces moving here. You can stop, but the rest of these are going to head in right here. Okay, so we're attacking Ottawa. We are not currently winning the attack of Ottawa, but we're getting close to an encirclement of Ottawa, and we're about to take Montreal. So honestly, I think Canada is very close to capitulation. We just got an encirclement over here. And that is, of course, absolutely huge. These are troops they cannot afford to lose. So I want to check in on the European front. This is definitely a potential encirclement opportunity. Maybe we can just go for it. Right? Something like that. They don't have enough troops to man this. So we'll go do that. That looks fine. Now, this out over here is okay. This is technically a pocket here. Let's go ahead and start working on that. And then out over this direction, I just want to check in. Ottawa and Montreal have both fallen. Canada just capitulated. Okay. So that's a big deal. And we'll deal with the fallout of that because there will be some fallout here. next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Opera Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge SPL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.